What's up, Facebook? Hey, y'all. I'm out here taking a stroll, and I was like, let me come on and talk to my people. This is actually the part of life I've been trying to get to. Having more time to go live and to talk to you guys. I absolutely love what it is that I do. And I'm so glad I figured out how to compartmentalize my life so that I could do that. And so, hey guys, I see we have some new ladies who've liked the page. Welcome, welcome over here to my world. I'm Kay Lamb, the winning single mom, and I'm here to help you reclaim your dreams. Okay, attract good love into your life, date your worth, and raise great babies. So anything in the realm of single parenting, I like to touch it. Whether you believe you need a man, you need some money, or you need some me time. So let's talk about dating, let's talk about finances, and let's talk about self-care, right? I love talking about those things, and I also love talking about my faith. And so I've actually written about all of those topics. But I wanted to come on, I wanted to come on today and just kind of share this mastermind idea that I've been wanting for a really long time. I actually had a virtual mastermind last year with some single moms. I've been going over speaking around the U.S. I had an event in Dallas. I had one in D.C. Looking for Atlanta to come up soon. Details coming soon on that. Hey. But in here where I live in Texas, I like to get together as often as I possibly can. And so I have a mastermind coming up in 2 weeks. And it's an experience. A mastermind is a totally different experience, different than a conference, different than a get together, different than just a regular old brunch, although we are going to brunch, honey, right? Got wine and everything on deck as well for us. But it's a small, intimate group where I, of course, guide the session as a coach and the master coach. And we actually delve into one topic. And of course, on the 16th, it's going to be about dating, our love life, something I love talking about, how to bring love in, all those things, all those blocks, all the stuff that's happened to us. It's just an amazing process, transformational, a good cleansing process to go through, getting some of that old stuff out, stuff that you didn't even think was holding you back. And I saw it with my own eyes in D.C. I saw it with my own eyes in Dallas, and I'm telling you that it works. I see it with my one-on-one clients, and I want to touch as many women as possible. And so I wanted to come on today and kind of invite you to look into that, to check out the link, see if that's something that fits what you're looking for. But it's 3 hours together of good girlfriend bonding time, working through those dating issues and coming out ready for love. That's what I'm looking for. And right now I actually have the price half off until tomorrow night at midnight because I love you. Yes. And so if you're in Dallas, ladies, this is something that, you know, I've been a single mom a lot of years, and this is something that I see us do. We put our kids first, and that's great and that's honorable. But I'm telling you, sometimes you got to put the oxygen mask on you. And so if you know that you're like, I want to date, but I don't have time, honey, we need to talk because I need to help you compartmentalize your life. That's one of my gifts. So anyway, what is this dating confidence thing that Kay Wanda's going on and on about? It's that thing that some of us have and some of us don't. And you have to go through a process like I went through, go through hell and back, and then you figure it out after some years, or you can let me teach you how to do it in shorter time. And so it's really discussing how do you get to the point where you know your worth. And I'm not talking about the neck rolling and the I know I deserve this. I'm talking about the real, this is on paper. Here, let me write it down for you. This is who I am. This is that. And this is what I'm looking for. Many of us haven't done those steps. Many of us don't know. We just date willy-nilly. And I'm trying to tell you, ladies, you got to stop doing that. You got to know what you want. You know, I was talking to one of my girlfriends recently, and she said, you know what? I specifically asked God for this. And I believe in those specific prayers. But you know what? We can pray all we want for the wrong thing, and God won't give it to us, right? He just will not, because he knows that it won't help us. It won't bless us. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going out and conniving and getting a guy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you being truly, fully who you are, owning it, loving it, and walking in that beautiful confidence of it. And I look at women sometimes. I'm a people watcher. I love to watch people. I love people. I really should have been like an anthropologist. I should have been a person that studied people because I love to see women enter a room that know who they are, that hold that head high. And then sometimes you can tell the people who are kind of faking it, right? But I don't want you to be that. I want you to be that person that knows this is who I am. I've been through some stuff, sure. I'm a single mom, sure. I got some babies, I got some scars, I got some wounds, but guess what? I still got a lot of love to give. And there is some man out there, I believe it, who wants what you have to give. And you have to say, I'm going to stop hiding, right? You have to say, I'm going to come out from where I've been. I'm going to stop waiting on him to knock on my door. I hear these stories, y'all. 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, 3 years, 6 months, all the stuff of the last time women went out on dates. 20 years, 10 years. Listen, I don't care who he was, how good he was, how fine he was, but he is not worth you stopping your life and being stuck 20 years ago. Times have changed. People have changed. And that's another thing that we work with, right, in coaching. And we have to be able to give people grace sometimes. And then there are some things that we need to know are deal breakers. And I talk about all of that in my new course that's out. And then, of course, we're going to hit a lot of that on the 16th. And so I just want to invite you to invest in you. If you've been looking for that day out to meet new people, to connect, to have a good time, but to also, let me see if I can learn something new. Let me see what Kay Wanda is talking about. I've been up to D.C. to host an event this summer. So I had to fly, I had to get a hotel, I had to do so many things, right? I had to pay for a whole bunch of stuff. And I went up to D.C. and put that event on and, do a lot of stuff from here. And I have people in Dallas, the event's in McKinney. I have people who live in Dallas, 40 minutes away, and they say, come to Dallas. I just went 1,000 miles. You can't drive 40. And so, ladies, this is what I'm saying as far as single moms. Sometimes we just shoot our own selves in the foot, and we take more time than we need to in certain areas because we won't get up and make a move. We won't get up and invest in us. And I want to encourage you to stop that. And I was that woman. Oh my God, I was that woman. Oh my gosh, the first couple of years of my boys' lives, it was, let me check on them. Let me take care of them. Let me make sure they're okay. Let me do this. Let me do that. And I did more stuff than I needed to do, way more. And I'm sure they were like, lady, leave me alone. They just couldn't voice it. And then I realized they're okay. They're good. And there is time in my day for me to also live, for me to also be vibrant, to be a fabulous, amazing, beautiful young woman who actually has somebody in her life that loves her back too, right? Not just looking for that in just my kids. And if you've been putting all of who you are on your kids, stop it. Stop it. That is not their job. It is not their job to be your man. And I know we're not going around saying my kids are my man, but you know what I mean when you refuse to have a life because you're afraid of being hurt. I call you out on it. I call you out on it and I say stop it. It is a burden that they are not meant to bear and that they should not bear. So guess what? You need to make sure to get a sitter. And if they're old enough like mine, you need to make sure they're good, get them the rules of the house, and you need to get up and go out and live because they're soon going to be gone. And it is not their job to keep coming back and hold your hand. I'm an educator by day. Most people know that. I was talking to a lady one time, neighbor walking a dog. I was talking to a lady one time and she was in tears, a hot mess. She was a single mom. And her kid, her last child, was going off to college. And she said, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know why? Because you have spent your life being everything to some people who didn't need you to be everything. They just needed you to be mama. They didn't need you to be daddy. They didn't need you to be all these other things you've been being. They just needed you to be mama. And I looked at her in disbelief. And I was like, are you kidding? Because I'm the lady that's going to run a lap when my boys go off to college. I love them. I'm going to take care of them. I love my babies. But my babies are my babies. They are meant for me to raise them up in the fear and admonition of the Lord, to prepare them for this world and to send them off to go live their life. Their life. And in the middle of raising our kids, we've got to figure out how to have a life too. And so when I first started working as a coach, as an author and a speaker, I did a lot of, motivation and empowerment, and I still do that. But I never, ever told women that I wanted you to be a single mom forever because I would be lying. Listen, honey, she dates. I like men, okay? I want to be married, and I will be, right? I understand I have a choice. That's why I ain't just picking somebody. I don't pick just anybody. I almost got married, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this for 50 years. And that's what I'm saying. So many people, all this divorce rate, because some people just got married to be getting married. Let me marry him because he wants to marry me. But I'm telling you, you don't have to. You don't have to settle. I'm telling you that I can teach you how to date with confidence. I can teach you how to get out there and have a pick to choose from. And when you're ready, then you make your selection, right? So When we get together on the 16th, we're going to go into all of this. And I'm telling you, I'm so tickled. And I just love it when God allows me to see my work in action. The women who write in and tell me, oh my God, I'm so glad I came. Like literally, ladies were talking yesterday on my page. I put a post on my, I'm still laughing about it, still smiling about it. I put a post out on my personal Facebook, and they just went ham about everything they learned and what they're still implementing and how they're doing. And I'm like, yes, right, yes. And one of the ladies isn't even a single mom, and she flew all the way from Houston. Never met her before, flew all the way from Houston to come to that event. And so this is what I'm saying about being in the room. People flying thousands of miles to be in the room, and we won't go 40 or 30 or 20. Come on. And so the thing that I want to see is I want to see us revolutionize. That's why I do the work I do. That's why I write. That's why I blog. That's why I find time to do all of this, to give back, because we need to wake up. Our life didn't stop when that dude left. Our life didn't stop when that dude died. You know, however you became a single mom. Okay, your life didn't stop. It began. It began, and you have to say, I'm going to take what is left and I'm going to make it magical. That's what I believe. That's what I've been working to do. And that's what I want to see happen to every single mom I can possibly touch. And whether you can come to the event on the 16th or you get the Dating Confidence course, is good. It's going to bless your spirit. Okay, or you say, I want to coach with you in person, Kwanda, how do I do that? Check me out at kwandalamb.com. I'm telling you, whatever you do, I want you to get up out of that house, and I want you to stop hiding. I literally know somebody who has not dated in 20 years, since college. They got their heart broken in college, and they're afraid. Do you think I'm going to let some dude stop me from living like that? Some dude that isn't thinking about me, who has no idea that that's the effect he had on her. He has zero idea, yet she will not get up and live. She desires a mate, and she keeps saying when God sends him, listen, that's not the way God works. Now, let me tell you, he does a lot, but we have to move too. Let me tell you that parable of the talents, the 1, the 5, and the 10. So one of the things about me is I'm real big into my faith. I study the word. I love me some Jesus. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see a lot of different posts, right? I'll post a little bit halfway preaching. You got to watch me because God's just been too good to me. But that parable of the talents has so many translations, so many interpretations. And one of the things that I believe is he's saying, what did you do with what I gave you? You buried it? I gave you this and you buried it? He's talking about our natural talent, our natural gifts, our natural beauty, our love. I gave you love to give to the world, and you were afraid to give it, and you kept it inside. I gave you love to give to another human being, and you kept it inside. Come on, right? I sent your husband across your path, and you were too busy, still stuck back in 19 whatever. And I'm telling you, ladies, whatever happened to you is not worth it. I've been to hell and back. One of these days, I'll tell y'all the real story. But I try to keep it. I'll keep it till, when Oprah interviews me, because that's what I want to do, right? One day I'll meet Miss O, and I'll tell her all about it, right? I'll be ready then. But I'm telling you, you can't let what happened to you stop you. Hey, y'all. Hey, boo. Hey. You cannot let what happened to you, who left you, you can't let any of that stop you from living. Yes, when you're a new single mom, the last thing you want to talk about is dating. I get it. So it's not for you. But as you go through your season, as you get yourself together, as you figure out all this new journey, these new pieces, right? And I wrote a book all about how to help you get your life, and that's on sale this weekend, so you should grab it too. Okay? I'm just saying, let's stop. I just want you to tell me how to do it. I just want you to, sometimes we have to invest. But anyway, I believe that God says, whatever I give you, I want to see a return on that investment, right? And so we've had some hard times given to us. What's the return on the investment? That you push through those hard times, that you raise those babies with love, that you don't do what the other person did. And if you're blessed enough to have an ex that is a co-parent and a good father, you honor that man. You allow him to see his children, okay? Right? If my kid's dad wanted to see his children act right, I sure would have let him. You understand? Never stopped him, never blocked him. But I will tell you, we've made it. I'm looking at a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old that are some mighty fine young boys by the work of my hand. And you should look at your babies and say, I raised you well. Or if they're younger, then you should say, hey, I'm going to make sure you get to where you're supposed to go. Because the investment that God has given me in you, I'm going to make good on it. But then what are you doing with your life? What do you have left? I refuse to be like that mom that was a hot mess because she had built her whole life on some people that were born to leave her. They are born to leave us. Your grown children should not be living with you. I know culturally some families let their kids stay until a certain age. That's wonderful. But your grown children were made to leave you. They were made to leave you. And so if you hook up with somebody, you need to make sure that's somebody you like once the kids are gone. Okay? No settling. Okay? So I wanted to come on and talk about the event that's happening on the 16th. I'm just the entertainer. I love throwing parties. I love having events. I love brunch. I love everything about socializing. My grandmother taught me how to cook when I was 9 years old, and so I'm a foodie. And I believe that something magical happens when we break bread together. And so I invite you out to join me if you're in the Dallas area, if you're in Louisiana, South Texas, anywhere. It's a day drive, guys. Let's be serious. It's a weekend trip. Okay. Sometimes we do that for ourselves, but I tell you, just what I tell the ladies who come to my brunches, I say sometimes you just got to be in the room. And those ladies who were in the room in D.C. and Dallas, they are still talking about what happened. Because I can't give you the Kwanda I need to give you on this here phone. I want to, but I'm just totally different when I'm not holding this thing in my hand, okay? And there's a word that I love to impart to ladies when I get you in front of me. And so we break down all those things that have us stuck, all that stuff that we believe, all those negative ideas. You may think you don't have any, and that's good if you don't, but you know if you do. And so I encourage you to invest in you, to check me out, to have a look at the link to see what is going to be discussed. We're going to be doing this for the next 3 months because I tell you there is something magical about a bond between women. They made new friends in that room. They're keeping in touch and supporting each other. I mean, their businesses are flourishing, ideas. Man, it's crazy. Purpose has been ignited into those ladies, and it is so beautiful to watch. And so I want that for you. So whatever you do, whether you can make it to the event, whether you download the course, whether you look into coaching with me, whether you get some books this weekend while they're on sale, I just want you to live. If you don't do any of those things, I want you to live. I want you to love the life you have because our kids are watching us. Our kids are watching us. And if we don't show them how to live, then they're going to get up and repeat the same thing. And I knew I didn't want my boys to know what it was like to be a whore, so I didn't have them around whorish men. You see what I'm saying? I didn't stay with their dad. God bless him. If y'all know him, don't tell him I'm talking about him. But hey, it is what it is. I didn't want them around that. So I had to make a decision. That wasn't a life I knew that God made for me. I wasn't designed to have to put up with that. I'm too awesome. I'm too amazing. I'm too great. And I want to be available for a man who can see that and appreciate that. And that's why I talk to us the way that I do. And that's why I encourage you to build yourself up, to edify yourself, to get with people who are pouring into you, right? And to get up and make moves toward your destiny. Nobody can do it for you, right? That's why one of my mottos is do it anyway. I had to do it anyway. I was hurting, brokenhearted, raising babies at a job that wasn't paying enough money. And I had to sit by people who the man was sleeping with. And I was hurting, but I smiled all day long. I helped my customers and I did my job. And I went home and I raised my babies and I cried in the middle of the night until one day I didn't cry anymore. Hey, hallelujah. Until one day I was finished. Until one day I realized who I was. Until one day I recognized that it was a blessing that he left me. Until one day I realized it was a blessing in my brokenness. Oh, y'all gonna make me preach. Until one day I realized that I still had it, honey. And that somebody was going to find it amazing. And that's what I'm saying to you. Get up, girl. Go out and live. Please, this week. I have a challenge. My challenge is evergreen. It's called the Good Love Challenge. Thanks, ladies, for the hearts. Hey, y'all. It's called the Good Love Challenge. Search my page. Click on that link. It's bit.ly/goodlove. Okay? Take the Good Love Challenge. Because it's going to take you through 5 days of things that you need to do that you're probably not thinking about. It's going to challenge you. Every day it's going to ask you to go out, go somewhere, do something. And I'm not talking about a club when I say go out. You don't have to do that, right? If that's not your thing. I like dancing. Every now and again I might go out dancing. Okay? I don't have to do all the other stuff. I might go out dancing. I'm grown. But I do watch where I go and what I listen to. Okay? So Anybody got any questions about the event? Hey, boo. Hey, Sanji. I know you're from my hometown. What's up, Mo? Hey, boo. I really just want to encourage. Oh my God! Like if I could stay on all day, I would. But I got to go do some stuff. But I really just want to encourage you today. Make sure you're living. And if you're dating somebody right now and they're not doing what they need to be doing for you, call them on it. Call them on it. But don't marry somebody who in the dating process isn't doing what they need to be doing. Don't do it. I don't care how your friends and family tell you, girl, you need to marry him. If it don't work out, y'all can no settling. No settling. You get it right in the dating process or no dice. All right? So I pray you've had an amazing Sunday. Tomorrow we are off. I'm challenging you, every last one of you, to do something this week that gets you out in front of potential mates, that helps you get out of the house, that helps you feel like a lady, that helps you get cute and work on your confidence. And I'm not talking about showing body parts, okay? Because remember, I know some of y'all got a little bit more than me. I'm working on the Lord, didn't give me much in this department, but he gave me some other ones, so I work with what I got, you understand? But but I'm telling you, I know some of y'all got a little bit more, but remember, that attracts certain people, right? Sometimes keeping it together, keeping it hidden, oh my goodness, that'll give you a stampede. Y'all better listen. I'm trying to give you some secrets of the trade. And so make sure you just get up and go out and live this week, right? So I'm challenging you to do that, and I'm challenging myself to come back on tomorrow and to teach a topic on dating confidence. I'll teach one of the topics that I have inside the course. All right? God bless you. Love you, ladies. I hope you have a beautiful week and a good day tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.